2017. An ordinary-looking man arrives at Kuala Lumpur Airport, Terminal 2.
I mean, basically, it's a huge terminal. Once you are inside, it's like a maze. There's so many types of people from all walks of life.
The man is checking in for an AirAsia flight to the Chinese territory of Macau.
He went to one of those self-check-in kiosks to get his boarding pass. That's when he was approached by the two ladies. They sort of flanked him from left and right.
Two women appear to bump into him. One appears to put a cloth over his mouth. Then the women walk calmly off, and no one else seems to notice. The whole thing has taken less than 5 seconds.
I think he immediately felt the effect. Probably less than a minute after he was attacked. That's why when you see the CCTV in front of the entrance where he first made contact with the policeman, he was rushing through something. But since it happened so fast, they didn't know that this is a serious matter.
By the time he was walking towards the clinic, he was already dragging his feet. He was sweating profusely. His coordination went haywire. He had a minor seizure, and then he defecated. He died in the ambulance by 11:05, I think. He was pronounced dead.
The dead man was traveling on a North Korean passport with the name Kim Chol. But as the pictures went around the world, it soon became clear who he really was. Kim Jong-nam, the half-brother of North Korea's dictator, Kim Jong-un.
The assassination of Kim Jong-nam was not only a surprising event, it was carried out in such a bizarre manner that it's hard to imagine any other country on earth other than North Korea carrying this thing out. The way that I see North Korea is an elaborate soap opera. It is ruled by individuals. It is not ruled by institutions. And I think the assassination of Kim Jong-nam is a very personal thing inside North Korea and inside the heart of Kim Jong-un.
North Korea is living in a world unto itself. The last few months of the U.S.-North Korean relationship have been some of the most tense in the entire history, going back to 1953, the end of the Korean War. If you want to understand what's actually going on in Pyongyang, if you want to know why they make the decisions they make, one of the things you have to understand are these rare moments when the palace opens its doors inadvertently and lets you in. And one of those moments, perhaps its most spectacular moment, was the assassination of Kim Jong-nam.
North Korea has been ruled for 7 decades by the Kim family dynasty. They have created a fearsome police state accused of systematic human rights abuses. Kim Jong-nam was the oldest son of Kim Jong-il, who ruled North Korea for 17 years. His mother was Kim Jong-il's mistress, a famous North Korean actress.
His mother was #1 film star in my generation, and his mother was a married woman with a daughter. Every North Korean people knew his mother's name, Sung Hae-rin, very popularity. So Kim Jong-nam was not the son by official marriage.
The boy's existence was kept a secret in North Korea, but he was brought up in luxury like a prince.
Kim Jong-nam's childhood was very, very cloistered. The ceilings in the house were so high they needed to bring in scaffolding to dust the lights. There was always the off chance that Kim Jong-il would be dining with Kim Jong-nam. And so somebody literally goes through a sack of rice and pulls out any irregular, any broken piece of rice. You're talking a perfect bag of rice sent to Kim Jong-nam's house.
He was a bit like his father, artistic, I think. And Kim Jong-il doted on Kim Jong-nam. And when his family, his mother, aunt, etc., was planning to send him away for education in foreign country, we know that Kim Jong-il cried. He wept, and he demonstrated, protested against their plan.
Despite the dictator's objections, the women prevailed. Kim Jong-nam was sent off to school in Moscow and then Geneva.
My earliest memories of Kim, we were, I think, around 15. One day we entered in class and we saw that guy who looked like an adult for us. We didn't know at the time that he was the son of Kim Yong-lee. I think we didn't even know he was Korean. I mean, we didn't really care at the time. But we saw him arrive with his little attaché case, a black suit, his hair done just like his dad, you know.
Back then I called him Lee. Yeah, I called him Lee. That's what he told us his name was, Lee. I think that's what he showed us on his driver's license. I'm not sure. Because we loved the fact he had a fake driver's license. We thought it was fake, because he was obviously 15 in our class, but his license said he was 18 and he was driving, and we loved that. Very, very jealous at the time, you know, as all young boys would be.
Released from his secretive existence inside North Korea, Kim Jong-nam got his first taste of life in the West.
I remember it was the beginning of cameras, and he was always taking his camera to school and filming everybody. Today, your phone has a camera, but at the time, it was something special to have your own camera.
I think he was just happy to take glimpses of life, you know, to photograph. So maybe it was interesting for him to film us carefree.
But in 1988, that carefree life came to an end. The 17-year-old was summoned back to North Korea. His father revealed him to the rest of the family, and analysts believe he was prepared for leadership and exposed to the regime's brutality.
During the 1990s, as North Korea's economy starts to sort of deteriorate, the party authorities start to crack down on what's called asset stripping, or the selling of scrap metal to China and to other people. Buses of